Hi, I'm Karen, the Weekend Craftaholic. Thanks for joining me. Today I thought I would show you how I put together my own little kits. Now the reason I've done this, if you've seen one of my earlier videos where I'm trying to be a bit more eco-friendly this year, I've decided to work through my stash. Now it's halfway through the year and I've actually come to the conclusion that building a stash is probably not the way to go. So I've actually subscribed to my very first monthly subscription. Very excited. I'll give you an unboxing of that when it does arrive. But it did get me thinking. I have bought past kits in the past, which is why I've got these little bags from Studio Calico that I reuse. So with my new kit coming, and realising that really I need to start stash busting some of my papers in particular, it actually gave me the idea that I should build up my own little packs to use. So I think these would be great if you're going on a little bit of a hop and you want to take them to your friends. You might want to send a happy mail. You might already have parts of collections that work well together, or you might just want something on hand for when you want a quick craft, because I think that's the thing that slows me down. I don't have a general idea in mind when I'm doing a layout, and then I'm hunting around in my different supplies for different things. So I'm just going to quickly show you a little kit that I put together myself yesterday, which is when I got the idea to record this for you guys. And we'll work through my process as well of putting it together. I think these would be great as a gift if you're stash busting, you want to send some happy mail. You may have supplies that you know you will never use, because as we know we get paper packs and so on, and some of the designs are not really our style. So made a bit of a mess here, but I am going to put a link down below to my blog where you'll actually get a list of main things to put in these. So if it's not something you fancy doing now, just download the link and the little paper sheet and the quick reference sheet, and you'll see the kinds of things that I've included. Now I am just using old packaging here. This isn't Studio Calico, but I always keep these little bags. And what I would say at this point, you see I've also got these old things. I've had these ages. These were 12 by 12. So these are the kind of things I'm going to store some kits with 12 by 12s in. Like I say, if you keep these old cases, and you can get them pretty cheap as well at places like Daiso and the range. Even old Ziploc bags I reckon would be good just to put some of this stuff in, because the idea is you might want to create some, say by colour theme or by actual theme itself, you know, if it's baby or travel, summer, flowers, that kind of thing. This one I've just put together because I am coming to the end of my Maggie Holmes Flourish. So I made myself a little notebook. Now I uploaded a video on this last week. So this is a little notebook I made with the rest of some of the sheets in the pad. And that's what got me thinking really that I need to, you know, just pick supplies that match that. So this is what I thought I would use in my pack. So I've got my alphas here, or my thickers I should say, which I think goes well. So I've not really got any thought process here other than trying to keep a bit of a colour theme. I have got stuff in here that I know won't get used. It can go back in my stash, but I've just kept things that I think would go well. So think about your embellishments. Oops. A few little tags here that I've got for journaling. Bit of a couple of doilies. I've got some Project Life cards here, or journaling cards. These were from Studio Calico. Don't ask me what kit they came in because I've kept everything in a bit of a mix. But you can see here that I thought these would go well with this particular notebook. So it did help having the notebook or paper pads to go with. And like I say, if I'm in a rush to do some crafting, or I just want to craft without having to think about what's going to go well with each other, then I'm ready to go with this. So always have some big alphas and some small ones. Obviously if you're a stamper, you might want to put a stamp set and some inks. Some flat embellishments. I love my bling. I thought this would be easier than having sequins, which I use a lot. Some embellishments here as well that I think go with that colour scheme, and then can't go past some enamel dots, even though I do have the liquid pearls as well. This was at my die cut, so I've recently organised my die cuts into colour themes. So I've picked some neutrals here, as you can see. Then I've gone with that tealy colour to match this design, and just picking out random things in that colour. Then I've gone for the yellow as well. I'm really loving yellow at the moment. So that's what I came up with from the die cuts. And then you'll see these are old like washi strips that I've got out of some old kits. This sort of sticker book, I think those colours go well. Even just the tops of the paper pads, like the manufacturer's strip. And then, so again, what I've done, I've organised all my scraps by colour. Now these are actually bits off the same paper pad, so I know they're going to work really well. These are really old things that I've had, so I'm trying to get through them. Again, picking the colour. I don't want anything particularly too bulky in this notebook, or too thick. And you can see here, these are just some random little tags and labels that I've got as well. And little flowers and love hearts. So you can obviously make your own. I think I made my own with these with some scrap paper with just a little punch as well to go with them. So that's what I'm going to show you today, is my process of how to pick what's going to go in these little packs. Okay, so let's dive right in. So I'm going to actually start with paper. So I've actually got 2 of these pads, which is why I'm going to make use of these. And I know there's some of them that I'm just never going to use. So the pack that I'm going to make now is probably more a pack for someone else, if you like. So I think the colour scheme will come along by itself. Now first of all, I'm going to start with washi, just because I'm desperate to get through my washi stash this year. I keep them all on these little straws on my pegboard. So I am going to grab a couple of these. I think that would go well with that one as well. I've got a drawer of labels. This is why I've got my little plate handy, because it's easier just to go through. I'm just really looking for different shapes as well as different colours. And these are all off cut apart sheets, so I'm not at all worried that I'm gonna use something that I want to use again in another project, because I can just print them out again. Now if you want to use tags and don't have any to match, another great way of using up some of the sheets is just to make some out of the pattern paper. Now I'm going to go through my scrap papers, and I just divide these into plain and patterned. So just a quick flip through, and some of these obviously are from that pad. So I know they will go. Come across some bits of vellum as well that could get used. That's all the scraps done with now, so the next thing I want to do is actually look in my supplies. Is look for some journaling cards. Now I just have these stored by collection, so a lot of these are Kaiser Craft or reject store ones, and I don't use them as much as I should, which is why I'm trying to get rid of these as well. And one of these sheets would be good because it's got a mix of colour, but as I've got a lot of this, I'm going to collect this particular one and try and get rid of this sheet and use that up. And then the only other thing is my stickers and sentiments. So I keep these in these little rings just so I can flick through them. And I'm just gonna again pull off, not really worrying too much what the sentiment says, but things that I know have been around for a while that I don't seem to ever use. Now you can maybe decide you want to put these in separate bags within the kit, or just keep them as they are. One last thing I want to do is add some die cuts. First of all, we'll start with the purple. So it really is up to you how much you want to put in each pack. Obviously, the more you have in each pack, the more choice you have. Got 10 sheets of paper. We've got some cards, we've got some stickers, we've got some scraps, we've got some embellishments. I hope you got some inspiration out of that and some ideas I know you can get rid of your stash. So thanks for joining me. Until the next time. Hey, thanks for watching. If you've got any comments about this video, please leave them below. I'd love to see them. And if you enjoyed this video, please give it a like. That way YouTube knows to recommend similar ones for you. And finally, if you'd like to see more from me, and I hope so, please subscribe by clicking the link below. I post new content every weekend.